Imagine waking up to your bank account suddenly showing an extra $2,000 money you didn't expect, money that could erase stress, pay overdue bills, stock your fridge, or simply give you breathing room. Now imagine the White House confirming that a major update involving former President Donald Trump and the long-discussed $2,000 stimulus check is finally official. This is the moment millions of Americans have been waiting for. And today, we're breaking down exactly what's happening. Welcome back to USA Benefits Update, where we keep you informed, empowered, and always ahead of the curve on the financial news that affects your life. Let's get straight into what's stirring excitement across the country. For years, Americans have been hearing discussions, promises, and political back and forth regarding additional direct payments. But recently, the conversation has intensified after the White House acknowledged new movement tied to Trump's repeated support for a $2,000 stimulus check during his previous administration and in more recent statements. The confirmation is not just chatter. There's concrete discussion happening behind the scenes, and millions of Americans are paying close attention. What makes this moment so important is the timing. Families continue to navigate rising costs. Inflation has left many households stretched thin, and necessities like groceries, utilities, and rent have become more challenging to manage. It's no surprise that Americans are eager for some form of relief. And this latest update, which has now become official enough for the White House to publicly address, is giving many people hope. To understand what's happening right now, it's helpful to look back at how we got here. During his presidency, Donald Trump shocked both parties when he pushed Congress to increase the stimulus payment amount from $600 to $2,000. At the time, many Americans saw that as the first real sign that higher direct payments were possible. Even then, the idea quickly gained momentum among the public, although political disagreements ultimately derailed the effort. Fast forward to today, and Trump is once again making stimulus checks part of the national conversation. His recent statements calling for renewed direct payments have triggered a wave of responses. And to make matters even more interesting, the White House has now officially acknowledged that the issue is being reviewed, discussed, and evaluated in light of ongoing economic concerns. People across the country, from retirees to working parents to veterans, immediately took notice, and excitement has been building ever since. So what exactly did the White House confirm? According to officials, the administration has formally recognized the proposal and its growing public support. They confirmed that discussions involving direct financial relief are actively happening at high levels of government. That includes internal analysis of costs, economic impacts, and potential funding mechanisms. And while this isn't the same as announcing a finalized plan or sending out payments tomorrow, it is a major step forward, one that signals the conversation is no longer hypothetical. This confirmation also validates what millions of Americans have been feeling for months, that the economy is tough, and relief is not just helpful, it's necessary. The fact that the White House is openly discussing the possibility of new stimulus payments means that leaders are aware of public demand and are no longer brushing it aside. Add Trump's renewed push on top of that, and you have a perfect storm of political pressure that could lead to real action. Now let's talk about why the number 2,000 is resurfacing. The original amount came from Trump himself, who argued that $600 was not enough for struggling families. Many economists actually agreed with him, pointing out that a larger payment would boost spending and help stimulate economic growth. Today, inflation has made the dollar weaker, household budgets tighter, and emergency savings nearly non-existent. That makes his original argument even stronger now than it was then. Millions of everyday Americans are watching closely because they know exactly what they would do with $2,000. For some families, it means catching up on rent. For others, it means car repairs, medical bills, or simply groceries and gas for the month. The excitement around this update is not just about politics, it's about survival. It's about dignity. It's about giving Americans the breathing room they desperately need. But of course, whenever stimulus checks enter the national conversation, people want to know one thing: when could this actually happen? That's the question everyone has. While the White House's confirmation does not come with a specific date or finalized bill, it does mark the beginning of a more serious phase of discussion. If Congress takes action, the timeline could speed up dramatically. And historically, once a stimulus package is approved, the IRS is capable of sending out payments very quickly. Another big question is who would qualify. Now, while nothing has been finalized, experts believe that eligibility would likely resemble previous rounds of payments. That typically includes individuals earning under a certain income threshold, married couples filing jointly, families with dependents, Social Security beneficiaries, SSDI recipients, veterans, and many others. If Congress follows previous models, millions of people would automatically qualify without needing to apply. This brings us to public reaction, and it has been huge. Online, on social media platforms, and in discussion forums, Americans are buzzing with hope. Even people who typically don't follow political news are tuning in. The excitement is especially strong among seniors on fixed incomes, working Americans facing higher prices, and families trying to keep up with childcare costs. And this time, the hope is stronger because the White House has publicly validated that the discussion is real and ongoing. There's also a political element that can't be ignored. Stimulus checks have always been popular with voters. They're one of the few things that nearly everyone can agree on, because direct financial support helps people immediately. With elections, campaigns, and national debates happening regularly, any politician pushing for direct payments knows it will get public attention. Trump's endorsement of the idea puts pressure on current leaders to take the proposal seriously. The White House confirmation is a response not just to economic conditions, but to growing public expectation. Some analysts believe that if economic indicators continue trending downward, or if public pressure keeps rising, stimulus checks could move from discussion to decision faster than expected. Others warn that political battles could slow things down. But the key takeaway is this: the door is officially open, the proposal is real, and the momentum is stronger now than it has been in a long time. So what should Americans do right now? The first step is to stay informed. These developments often change quickly, and details can shift from week to week. That's exactly why USA Benefits Update exists, to bring you the most reliable, clear, and timely updates, so you always know what's happening and what to expect. The second step is to prepare. If new stimulus checks are approved, having the correct banking information on file with the IRS can help ensure faster delivery. In previous rounds, direct deposit was by far the fastest method. While we wait for the next steps, it's also important to acknowledge how much long-term impact a payment like this could have. A $2,000 check doesn't just help an individual, it boosts the economy. When people have money to spend, local businesses thrive, jobs stabilize, and communities strengthen. Economists have argued that direct payments create a ripple effect that benefits everyone, not just the recipients. This makes stimulus checks one of the most effective tools during economic downturns. As excitement continues to grow, so does anticipation. Millions of Americans are hoping this update turns into real action, and now that the White House has officially confirmed the ongoing discussions, that hope is more justified than ever. Whether you're someone living paycheck to paycheck, a retiree stretching every dollar, a parent supporting your children, or simply an American trying to make ends meet, this update gives you something concrete to hold on to. What comes next will depend on negotiations, public pressure, and economic conditions. But one thing is certain: Americans are more engaged, more informed, and more united on this issue than they have been in a long time. The excitement is real, and the possibility of a $2,000 stimulus check is no longer just wishful thinking, it's officially part of the national conversation. Thank you for watching USA Benefits Update. If you found this information helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. We'll keep you informed every step of the way as this unfolds. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, and stay tuned for more updates right here on USA Benefits Update.